Good evening, and welcome to the problem of being awake. My name is Ben, and the self-professed king of the armchair. That's due to health reasons. I don't like politics. I really don't. Never have. Never been really interested in it. My jobs were too important. I had two very important careers. In my estimation, one was helping people through very difficult traumatic memories for years. So my life was stressed out enough at all points. And so I thought, I don't like politics. But now everything is politics. You've got woke culture. Now, I argue the word culture there, but woke. And underneath that, you've got something called identity politics. Underneath that, you have the modern trans movement. That's political as well. Or you move on to the state of the economies of the world. Well, they're going downhill completely. All of them. The whole of the Western world is begging that something good happens because America are going bankrupt as well. So immigration's gone way out of control to the point that we just have terrorists on our doorsteps. And now they're teaching in our schools, which is, I think, a pro-Hamas rally, which France have said if it happens again, they will remove the people from it, out of the country if they're not legally there or not officially a French national. They'll revoke all visas, so will Germany, so will England. We won't stand for that kind of politics. A good Saudi prince, who I will do a video about tomorrow because I'm trying to keep my videos short and punchy. So, a good Saudi prince, in my estimation, came out and condemned Hamas. And then he condemned Israel. Perfectly fair. Two sides of the story, and he gave them equal measure. But he's backing Israel, not Hamas. Because Hamas and organisations like it can't thrive without the approval of Saudi Arabia, because most Arabic people see that as their home and their absolute authority on anything to do with terror or anything to do with that. So if they condemn Hamas, Hamas has been condemned. There has been so much violence, so much actual physical violence, emotional violence, verbal violence, abuse. I was abused heavily today and called a silly little, what was it? This from a white man, you evil racist, and I will not use the four-letter word because it's the big one. I won't use it. I can't get some things on YouTube if I forget to take out a exclamation mark. How she got that comment through to me was amazing, but it was a complete definition of an oxymoronical comment. She said, I'm being racist, and then she called me an evil, racist, four-letter word. So she's been taken off YouTube for that. That's beyond abuse. That's actually racial abuse. White people are a race. It's not like, if you look at critical race theory properly, we are a race. We are not responsible for all the racism around the globe. Because otherwise it wouldn't be happening all over Asia, it wouldn't be happening all over Africa, it wouldn't be happening in every single country, more or less. So how can you not talk about it if you take my decision, which is I have a certain lifespan, and I devote it to passing on my messages? After my attack, I had to give up my insurance. I've had a few heart attacks. It's not looking great, but who knows? Let's hope for a surprise. But politics is everything we are having around us all the time. And people are becoming, thankfully, much more anti-woke, much more looking at the woke culture and its role it played in this, the immigration policies, which all countries are now looking at their own immigration policies. And the sheer amount of active terrorists that have been let into Western countries is unreal. They estimate 66,000 in America. That's just America. So you can imagine Europe, because we had free borders. So who knows? But rioting happened on the streets. And it happened in the universities by the students who beat up innocent people. Now, many were beaten up for being Jewish, unless you've expressed extremist Jewish views, then that's just racial abuse and racial physical abuse. They should be expelled immediately from Harvard for that. Other universities across America, same thing. Anti-Semitism was everywhere, and Hamas are enjoying it and hiding behind the money of Iran. But now the US have put stuff behind Iran that no one gets to leave now. So they have to come through the front door. And they don't want that because they haven't got the arms. They haven't got anything. They haven't got any military power unless they're given it. But no one can now give it to them. That should be the case ironclad. Iran may be able to arm them a bit, but they cannot give them, there's no backwards channels in. If we find out that's happening, then America is prepared to attack Iran. So politics is everywhere. I don't like speaking about it. I don't like chicken. I don't like wings. I will vote for the first time in a very long time, because I think this vote is important. I think we should all vote in our next general elections based on assembling this information, assembling what's gone wrong with woke culture, how a left-wing movement became an oppressive movement very similarly to Marxism very quickly. And that's the overall consensus of English-speaking adults, I know that. I think the whole of Europe has that consensus, so 90% don't never agree to it in the first place. But we're all done now with that. We don't want any more of it, and I think that's been made pretty clear over the last few days. So politics is everywhere, and you have to talk about it if you're going to do what I'm doing, which is try and pass on as much as I can, give my opinions, and if I state facts, they'll be facts, but if not, they're just opinions. Anyway, if you enjoyed, please do subscribe and share. If you didn't, don't, but you probably already left, so you probably didn't hear that. Anyway, have a good evening. All the best, guys. Bye. Women, guys and girls.